Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Rhett. Got a video today from Modern Dating here. Demanded $260 for a babysitter on the first date, and this happens. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. Let's get that chow time.
You gonna have to pay for this babysitter.
What's up? You looking good.
What's up?
What's going on? You get in?
I need $250 for the babysitter.
Yes, I know it's acting. They're not really in the same scenario, but they are portraying a real scenario. I don't get why people get so upset at these types of clips. Do they not portray what happens in real life? Yes, this might not be the exact portrayal of what's going on, but same thing with those court videos. A lot of those court videos are reenactments of what happened in court. Why it makes sense for me to react to these things as if they were real. Just saying, guys.
You need $250 for the babysitter?
Yeah, most definitely.
I'm saying, like...
You want to go on this date, right? You want to go on a date? Want to take me on a date? I need $250 for the babysitter.
Why don't you get in the car? Like, come on, you...
I can't just leave my kids...
We've been talking about this shit all week,
without paying the babysitter.
We've been talking about this shit all week, though.
No, single mothers do this. You plan out all week, and then at the end, like, oh, I couldn't get a babysitter, or I couldn't afford a babysitter. Oh, can you help pay? Blah, blah, fucking blah. Because they're broke, dusty, musty crusties.
Okay.
So you ain't got $250 to pay the babysitter, I'm paying for the date.
Oh, no. Okay.
So you ain't got $250 to pay the babysitter, I'm paying for the date.
Oh, no.
That was a good question. If she can't afford to pay for her babysitter, she probably shouldn't be going on a date.
Nope.
Is she expecting him to pay for the babysitter and the actual date?
I'm saying, don't listen. I can't give you $250 now.
You want to take me on a date to these high-end restaurants and shit you can't pay $250 for a date?
I'm saying the money I got is for the date, though. One for your baby. So why don't you have your baby daddy pay for the kid?
What?
Yeah.
So you only got money. Oh, okay. So then he should be taking me on a date then.
I'm
right?
saying.
Technically, yes, you should still be with your baby daddy, but something you fucked up along the lines, didn't it?
So if he finna pay for the kids, then he should be taking me on a date.
Listen,
because what did you say?
I was looking forward to this. And
I was too. But
$250.
Babysitter, yes. Kids got to get taken care of.
I could give you the $250, but
okay. Then what's the problem then? What's the problem?
Because I had plans cut.
Okay, you should still have. How's that cutting into the date money?
I'm just saying, like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. I was looking forward.
I understand how that's cutting into the date money.
I'm saying, like, come on. You should have had that shit took care of before I pulled up.
What?
Correct.
Okay, so then I think you should pull off because
that's how you feel.
Well, we ain't having this date.
Dude, you shouldn't even I know it's a skit, but I wouldn't even argue. Just drive the fuck away. $250, bye.
If I can't, right? Because
that's not my responsibility.
Yeah, if you want to take me on a date, it's gonna be your responsibility. What you talking about is not your responsibility. Because
that's
what?
not
why
my
you stay away from
responsibility.
single mothers?
If you want to take me on a date, it's gonna be your responsibility. What you talking about is not your responsibility.
I don't know who she used to go on dates with, but it seems like that person gave her the wrong idea of what's normal when it comes to what a man should do when taking her out. He shouldn't be responsible for your bills just because he wants to get to know you.
You know what? Yes, you can pull off because you already talking about my kids ain't your responsibility. You know I had kids when you met me. So if you want to date me, then yes, we're gonna do these kids together.
This the first date,
you
though.
That. If you want to date me, then yes, we're gonna do these kids together.
This the first date, though.
What does she mean by we going to do this kids together? He is just a stranger,
and
this
kid.
is the first time you are meeting each other. So why should someone who doesn't know you take on your responsibilities?
And we've been talking about this all
It don't matter. You've been hearing my kids in the background of the phone calls.
I'm saying
all
maybe if
week.
you would have told me this in the
All
beginning,
week.
then maybe I could have paid
week.
for it. But you
And she's not wrong in a sense either that you knew what she came with. She has kids. Not saying you have to pay for them, but she comes with those baggages. So why even mess with it in the first place, brother?
You hit me right when I
All
pulled
week.
up talking about you need $250.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Right away.
I had plans for us. I was looking forward to this.
Okay, well then go on, find somebody else then.
I'm saying,
Find
listen, I
somebody
don't
else
even need
then.
to be with you for real. Like this.
No,
shit
you don't. You don't. Because your first day, you talking about my kids not your responsibility.
You ain't got $250. Your family can't watch your kids for free. Your baby daddy can't watch your kids.
Obviously not. Obviously not.
Flag,
Obviously not.
All right, you close my door.
Yep.
At this point, it's not even about the money, but the energy behind it. She believes that he is responsible for it, and he should know it by default. Can you shut my door, please? 250? How long is she going to be gone? She's tripping. I'm not paying for your kids and then take you on a date. Don't go on a date if you can't afford to pay for your own sitter.
Yep.
Just imagine the second date. Pay rent, bills, nails, haircut, spa, shopping, gym, McDonald's for kids. $250? Are they staying for a week? She shouldn't expect someone she barely knows to pay for her expenses just because he decided to take her on a date. It's not his responsibility to cover her costs. If she can't afford a babysitter, she shouldn't be going on a date in the first place. It's her responsibility to manage her own childcare.
I mean, if you can't afford your own food when going out, you shouldn't be going out in the first place.
And she should make sure it has been sorted before even considering going out. Her current approach to dating could make it difficult for her to find a partner because most men will not be willing to pay $250 for a babysitter plus the usual date expenses. That's a lot of money to ask from someone on a first date. This can be seen as a red flag to most men. If she thinks it's normal to ask him to cover this kind of cost from the get-go, what might she expect later? Maybe
Who is paying this $250?
on the second date, she probably will be asking him to pay for her rent
I'm wrong. There's probably some men paying that $250.
or other bills. But $250 for a babysitter seems like a steep price for just one evening. A typical date lasts only a few hours, so why does she need to pay that much? Are they staying for an extended period, or is she asking for this money to cover something else? It's important to be clear about why she's expecting such a large amount. It's definitely unreasonable.
Next, we have a single mother who is trying to control her ex-partner's moves, even though they are no longer together.
Of course.
It seems like she isn't aware that they already split, and what he does with his life is no longer her concerns.
So today, my co-parent is leaving for a work trip. His flight was at 6 a.m. this morning. It is Friday morning, and his meetings don't start until Monday. So I guess it's an extended work trip that has to include the weekend.
Why does it matter? He's just your co-parent?
Just really don't get that.
Wants husband privileges without a husband. It's because you call him your co-parent. Co-parent. Not partner or husband.
Damn right.
My co-parent has been on a work trip for the past 8 years. With a custody agreement in place. Why are you mad? Give me a break. You're not married and he's got a work trip. Mind your business. I was a single parent with 3 kids. Welcome to reality. She shouldn't be concerned about the leisure activities of someone she is no longer in a relationship with. He is living his life the way he wants, and I encourage her to do the same. It doesn't make sense for her to check up on what he's doing, as it's no longer her business. He's no longer her partner, so she shouldn't worry about the details of his life. It seems like she hasn't fully accepted that they're no longer together, and she may still feel like he owes her an explanation for his whereabouts. But in reality, they are just co-parents, as she mentioned, and his personal life shouldn't be her concern as long as he's fulfilling his role as a parent.
I mean, how many videos have we seen that, after a divorce, these women really get upset at these men moving on, these men doing better in life, these men finding other women? They want control. That's why they use their kids the way they do. They use the kids to force the parent, mostly the husbands, to do things. Like they moving to another state, forcing sometimes husbands to move to other states because they want to still spend time with their kids. Or they move to other states, so spending all this money to travel back and forth to spend time with their kids. They use their kids as leverage against men when men do bad things to them, which is just things that make them upset.
The dynamic has changed, and it's important for her to realize that the way he chooses to spend his time outside of co-parenting isn't something she should be monitoring. Focusing on what he's doing won't help her move on, and it could prevent her from finding her own peace and happiness. It's time for her to live her life independently and not worry about his personal choices. Their current connection is through co-parenting, and as long as he's responsible when it comes to that aspect, there's no reason for her to be involved in the rest of his life. By accepting that they are no longer together and focusing on herself, she'll likely find that things get easier and co-parenting can run more smoothly.
Why do you think so many women are choosing to be single mothers over being single married mothers?
Because it's easier. Because it's easier.
Really?
Because countless women report that then when they become a single parent, their workload actually decreases, even though...
That is a fucking lie. Who's lying this much about this? Really? Being a single parent is easier than being a dual parent household? Really?
The other adult in the home has been removed. Because countless women report that despite the stressors that come with being a single mom, they still have more peace and happiness being a single mom as opposed to being a married single mom. Because it's easier to do it by yourself without the resentment of having someone who refuses to contribute.
It isn't though. It's easier when you have outside support. Single mom here with zero support. We aren't meant to do this alone.
Yep.
It's so much easier. It's funny how much less lonely it feels as well. This is so hard. I left my job for this and now I am stuck. I needed to hear this because that's exactly where I'm at. I'm planning to leave and I know I'll be happier by myself.
Wow. They really push each other to stay single, guys. Look at this.
But who is raising these men who are not contributing? Really need
The single mothers.
to make this move. Their perspective might come from a lack of communication and understanding. Many couples face challenges in their relationship because they don't fully express their needs or concerns. When it happens, frustration builds up, and one or both partners may decide to leave, thinking it's the best solution. However, the issue might have been resolved if both were committed to address the problem together. In my opinion, working through the issues is often a better choice, especially when children are involved. Solving relationship problems creates a more stable and healthy environment, allowing the child to be raised in a two-parent household. When the relationship is healthy, a two-parent home is generally the best setting for a child's development. The challenges of single parenting can be difficult, and many women openly talk about the struggles they face after leaving their relationships. These experiences highlight that raising a child alone can be overwhelming, as parenting is ideally a shared responsibility.
It's so bullshit that these women say that men never contribute. Ever. And when it comes to these things, I'm sure they contribute at least half the bills. At least. And that makes things still easier for you than it is to just be by yourself. Stop lying to everybody, ladies. We already know. We can tell. We're not stupid.
Their perspective on leaving might shift if they had a healthy dynamic in their relationship with communication as a core foundation. When both partners work together, it creates a more positive environment for the family as a whole.
She already has 5 kids from 5 fathers, and now she is looking for another one.
So how old are you, girl?
I am 32.
32. Okay, since we got there early, how many kids you have?
I have 5.
You have 5 kids, girl? How many men?
5 men.
5 men? No, Brenda, why you not with the 2-year-old dad?
I don't know, honestly. I wanted to be with him. Monogamy is not something he wanted.
Why you not with the 4-year-old dad?
We have good communication. It was honestly never a real committed relationship, more of a friendship.
Okay. Why you not with the 6-year-old dad?
He's in jail for a while.
All right, girl, excuse me.
5 choices you made. Every single one of them so far.
You ready?
Not good.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of man you looking for?
I'm just a genuine, down-to-earth. I am looking for monogamy.
Nope.
She might be better off trying to rekindle things with one of her children's fathers, as they already know each other. Since they have history, rebuilding that relationship could be easier and more stable than seeking out a new partner. This path could also offer a more balanced and supportive environment for her kids. They would benefit from seeing both parents working together, even if the relationship isn't perfect. Stability is important, and instead of adding another dynamic by introducing a new partner, focusing on what's already in place could create a more solid foundation for her family. Young children need attention and stability, so her energy would be better spent focusing on them rather than looking for a new relationship. By redirecting her energy to her kids, she can provide them with the love and support they need during these formative years. Her kids should be the priority, and it's essential to focus on their well-being. While relationships are important, her energy is best spent ensuring her children are happy and healthy, rather than looking for a new partner to add to the mix.
Isn't it sad that most of these mothers get custody of their kids, even though they can't even afford their kids or take care of their kids properly? But the husbands and the fathers usually can, but never get custody. They don't care about kids. They only care about that money. Please exert them below. I really appreciate that.